Tsoe Tsan has worked extensively with cancer patients. And one of her key observations is that when the body becomes weak, the mind is also deeply affected. Healing is not just about physical recovery. It's about preparing people for life after illness. How do we support someone in reintegrating into daily life and society? How do we help them rebuild confidence, trust, and a mindset strong enough to leave behind the old frame of reference that was shaped by sickness? My name is Thorsten Lüdecke, and this is the Wisdom Qigong podcast. Welcome everyone to this episode of the Wisdom Qigong podcast. Today I've got Tsoe Tsan with me. Tsoe Tsan is a Zhineng Qigong teacher in Belgium, close to Ghent. And when I spoke to her before, we said we would talk about her ideas and her work when it comes to people with cancer, because this is an important topic for many of us. If it's not us, but we all have friends or relatives that are affected by this illness, and we thought it could be very helpful to hear from her because she's got a lot of experience in this field. Tsoe Tsan, welcome to the show, and maybe you can let me know first how comes that cancer is such an important topic for you in your work with Zhineng Qigong.
Okay. Well, my partner had before cancer and died in 2018. So after I start to do things for with cancer topic, and I went to work for an organization who's only do everything for the cancer people, like caring or people who has not enough family or friends around them to support them in their process of illness. So in that organization, I went there and I work about 5 years with that organization. And then after they changed the organization and they opened a new one. And that one is also for cancer people, but it's a more an information center. And also they organize activity for them to support them mentally and on physical body, everything activities, so that everybody can join that organization.
Right.
So, and there I also give the Tai Chi and Qigong in that organization about, I think, 4 or 5 years, about like that. Yeah.
So when you joined this organization, you were already a Tai Chi and Zhineng Qigong teacher?
Before, a long time ago, I've done already more than 10 years Tai Chi and Qigong, but the Zhineng Qigong I do it like last year. I finished my Huyan therapy last year, and then I introduced the Zhineng Qigong in that organization. I combine the Zhineng Qigong with Tai Chi.
When you integrate your Tai Chi and Zhineng Qigong or Huyan Qi therapy into the work with the people that have cancer, what is your experience there? What is the effect? How do they respond? Just tell us a little bit about that, please.
Okay. When I introduced the Zhineng Qigong, is my goal to how to say, to let them integrate again in the society. With the Zhineng Qigong and the Tai Chi, we can build more confidence and trust and change their the mindset and how to say, and also on physically level. also to build up more power and to reconnect the body and mind again. And my most experience is that the self confidence and to get out of their old frame of reference, that it helps a lot to integrate again in the society. It's very, very helpful, because when their body is weak, it affects their mind also, and also vice versa. When your mind is a little bit disbalanced, that affects also on your trust on your own body. Voila.
So you noticed that when you were working with these people, that this is a shortcoming, that because they have gone through so much, that their self-confidence is weakened, and that their mental strength is weakened. And that's when you thought, Zhineng Qigong and Tai Chi and Hunyang therapy can help them to regain that confidence, right?
Yes.
And how do you do that exactly?
Well, I like in the from the Qigong part, the Zhineng Qigong part, I do like the most basic exercise that it's important. It's like the hip rotation, the rolling the spine, and the neck programs, the neck exercise, because you from the top and the bottom, your spine is connected with the brain, and to make them more flexible, because that affects also how your brain. And with the Tai Chi, I do that with Tsoe Tsan, the pushing hands. That's a how to say, a method to it's a partner training, so you have to be with two, but you can do it also as with one person. But it's very interesting. The Tsoe Tsan is that you can develop your own personal development on the mind, the chi, and the body level, because how to say, because you work with two persons, you directly have a confrontation with each other. You get in an uncomfortable situation. Like I push the other one and it feels very uncomfortable. So then she or he has to find a solution to get out of that. But mostly when you push, the people directly react from the old frame of reference to the habits to react. So to change that, I push them a little bit out of their comfort zone, but on a gentle way for the people, because they are already weak. So, but they still, for them, it's hard to get the push. So they have to change their mindset and to get out but on a natural way, to get out of the uncomfortable situation. So that's a new frame of reference. They directly can transform that. And if you do a few times with that, they get quickly the insights and create a new frame of reference. And that, how to say, that stay with them. They remember easy then, and they can then integrate it when you are in the society, that they can, I have to this or that, not again react from my old frame of reference, because that gives me that uncomfortable feeling like that.
So if I understood you correctly here, by working with people's, you put them in an uncomfortable situation, and then the automatic response kicks in, that which you call the old frame of reference. This is how I've always dealt with it when I'm in an uncomfortable situation. And through the exercises, they learn a different way of responding, which is more powerful and puts them in the driver's seat, so they don't feel helpless. They don't feel like the victim. They feel like I'm in charge and I can handle it. Yes. And I think what makes this in particular important is because in many cases of any disease, really, the root cause is in some kind of behavior or belief that isn't working for them. This, which then creates the illness, so that for the body to show, hey, something is wrong, something is not working here. And by you working with the frame of reference in this particular example, you also give them a powerful tool to basically question the old patterns and the old frames of reference that might have brought them, closer to their illness, like cancer. So this is also a possibility for them to break through to make sure that the cancer doesn't reappear. Is that correct, what I'm saying here?
Completely correct.
Good.
Yes.
Now, I have to ask a clarifying question here, because when you are working with these people, are these people that have already overcome cancer and it's about reintegrating them into their life? Or is it people that are still struggling with cancer and are trying to overcome it?
It's a mixed of the group is a mix. It's a small group. I think it's about maximum 8 person, but mostly it's 4 or 6 person in the group. So small, and it's more how to say safe feeling,
Right,
like that. But it's a mixed group.
I see. Because what you've just described, I think, is mainly your focus there is to make sure that when people that have healed themselves go back into society, that they can go prepared, and that they are in their most resourceful state and strong, so that they can go back into life and create the beautiful life that they want. Right now.
Yes.
Now, are you also working with people that are, currently trying to overcome cancer, and are you working any different with these people, or are you doing the same things?
My way of working, I give lessons on different kind of groups, young, old. I do it all in the same way, because I am, from my own experience, I also had gone through that process, and I experienced the value of the methods.
The value
of the method.
Yes.
And then when I do the Zhineng Qigong, I start with Zhineng Qigong and the Qi therapy. I see the whole picture, because we all work on the 3 levels: the mind, the body, and the Qi. And it's to reconnect again as a whole, the mind and the body. Your intention works on one way as a whole. Then you heal yourself, like in the Qi therapy says, the 3 pillars of the true health is your internal and your external relationship to balance and harmonize, and then the brain's nerve system, and then the other one, the upright mindset. So with those 3 together, it's from my perspective a very valuable way to guide people to a new point of life. Yeah.
And how do people respond to that?
They are very, very happy, and especially the confrontation with their own old frame of reference, that they are not self-conscious about it. And when they have insights, they are so surprised. I didn't know that I do that. I say, yes, I know. And then we work together on a new frame of reference, and from that way of the Tsoe Tsan, then you can see and you can directly transform it in a new frame of reference. Because when you contact with body, when I push somebody, your body never lies how you feel, how you react, because you unconsciously react. And that's why for me is the body contact one part also very important to heal yourself as a whole, to go deeper, because on one way we do it on in the beginning we train on more on the physical level, more harder to push or something like that. But when the process gets further, you can do it on a more subtitle way and more energetic way, and it's very subtle. And then when you learn to more get inside of you, to experience your own self inside, then you are quickly conscious about your body and how you react.
Yes.
And then you get more self-control. So if you get more conscious about your inside, and then you directly feel when somebody touches you, you can directly, your mindset change to not get again in the old frame of reference.
My name is Torsten Lüdecke, and I have news for you. You can now access our podcasts in a very different way. If you would like to go back to any of the episodes and you just remember a certain topic or you have a certain question, please use our new bot and ask that question. Not only will you get an answer based on all the episodes we have produced before, you will also be able to directly access the very episode at exactly the point your topic and your question was mentioned. Please use this bot and make sure you don't miss out on this wonderful new feature of our podcast.
Yeah.
Now, what you're basically doing is you're taking people on a discovery journey about themselves, right? And I think that's why they react so happy, because whenever I discover something about myself, it obviously is very powerful, because only when I see these things about myself, then I can change something. If I'm not aware of what I'm actually doing, I'm doomed. But if I understand, oh, this is how I react, now suddenly I have an option and I can take an alternative route and I can take alternative action. Now, so I think this is why it's so powerful and why it's working so well. And obviously, if you do this in one area, it is easy to replicate it in other areas. So you're using specific exercises to help people rediscover these things. But once they know how to do it, they probably create an awareness for other situations in their life where they suddenly are in a position to observe themselves and see, oh, that's interesting that I react that way. I wasn't even aware that this is an automatic response that I always have. And then again, you can change something. So I think this is a very powerful practice that you're taking with that. Now, my question is though, is this cancer specific? Because we are talking today about how Zhineng Qigong can help with cancer. The work you're doing here, is it specifically useful for people with cancer, or is it basically something you could do with anyone?
You can do it with anyone, because it is, how to say, because we work on all this or the same thing, the old frame of reference, the body structure, and the chi, the emotions, everything. It's all same. But of course, when you are weaker, you're ill. It's comes in. More deeply, or for example, like there's a project that I want to do with younger people who has high SP, so more a very sensitive, energetic sensitive. So we can do that also on that way. So in fact, you can do it with everybody. I also do it with older people, everyone, and it works directly. That's why it's so very powerful. The combination all together.
Can you give us some examples of what people have learned through this exercise? What kind of insights they had and how that changed their lives?
Okay, for example, I start always like to stand in your basic posture, like in the Zhineng Qigong, your hip rotation a little bit. So the basic posture in the Zhineng. So I do also, but it's not because your posture is aligned that you can't be get out of balance. meaning because most people are mind and body disconnected. And so I put them in a posture, in a basic posture. Then I push them a little bit, and they feel that they are out of balance, and that feels uncomfortable. So I return them again in their basic posture, and I do it again. And then I say, put your intention to stay where you want to stay. Then I push again, they stay. So the intention is very important to, and the mind and body to connect as one. And that makes you as a whole, that you move forward, and not only your mind or your body.
Right. So you're basically, you're using what we all know, that intention is a core principle of Zhineng Qigong, because with your intention, you're guiding the Qi in the particular direction, and you're creating something in your life, and you're combining these, you're bringing the body and the mind together so that the intention is aligned between the two of them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is where that people then experience how powerful this is. And they probably realize that in those areas where the intention is not aligned, they don't create the results that they want, right?
Yes. The how your own intention makes that how powerful or not powerful it is to do something. Like I always say, stay where you want to stay. And then I do the opposite. Like I do the same exercise, and then I say, stay again in your basic posture. And then I say, now you think about all your troubles or your what you want to do, and I push again, and they get out of balance. And then again, do it again in the correct way. Then they feel
right.
Yeah, it's very subtitled. And they realize how important is the information and the intention that you give yourself, where you want really, and also maybe is that the same, I don't know, but the decision, it's very important, because you can put an intention and you decide that, but I feel sometimes they are how to say, not sure. It's like, okay, I will stand here, but you feel that, and then I say you have to really decide. Like Master Liu always say, just do it.
Right.
And then together with your intention, and your whole, you're aligned with your body and your posture. It's really, really powerful.
Right.
Yeah. That's one of the basic exercise I always do with everybody. Yeah.
I'd like to hear a little bit about the concrete results that you are creating with the people. So what exactly has changed in their life? What are the healing stories, or what have they changed as a result of your trainings?
Okay, there's one woman, for example, and she it's changed. She's more confident, more open, and it asks less energy from herself, because before her she was very how to say, a perfectionist.
Yes.
And also she's always in her mind, and her habits is also doing. So she and also she don't out her emotions. So we change her frame of reference on all those stuff issues, and she changed totally. She's open, she's more confident, she says what she wants to do, and she has more energy. And also with her on the body level, she's more standing grounded, and on that way it helped her lots to to stand there as a whole without again falling again in your old frame of reference. Yeah.
And when you talk about, where she is coming from, it's very easy to understand for most of us why that makes her very receptive for diseases like cancer, because there's a constant stress that must be happening. And through that change, that it's a really relatively simple change, but with huge effects. The body will be far more relaxed, the mind will be more relaxed, and any disease will have a hard time to flourish if you are in that state, right?
Yes, that's
Yes.
correct. And also, like she has indeed less stress, and she can do more than before. Yes, like that. And that's a very, it's about how, she follows with me, I think 2-3 years already, lessons. Yes. And she's still following my course for the Zhineng Qigong and all those things to get further to because it's how to say, we change. It's always a process and everything, and everybody still have residue of your problems. So we still keep working on ourselves on all the levels.
Yes. And any other insights that you had while you were teaching these people and while you were giving these classes? Is there anything else you would like to share with the community here, which you think is important for people to understand and to know?
Well, I think to get the result of transformation is really dedicated practice, and also for me. But when you do that really every day, practice, and you get in a deeper level in everything what you are doing. And like, for example, I still practice my level 1 holding Qi up or Qi down, and I still get deeper and finer discovery, insights, how to move. It's not only the outside movement, but also insides, and then you get also the energy flow of everything, and and then you get more and more connected as one, and you forget everything outside your body, everything. You just in the state of Mingyue.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if I listen to you there, I have two thoughts there. One is obviously that with dedicated practice, and the more you practice, the deeper you can go, and the deeper your learnings, and because you were talking about energy levels here, and the better your energy level. I mean, that seems like obvious to us. At the same time, I think there's a second factor that is important, because you were talking earlier about the power of intention and the power of decision. And a dedicated practice for me also shows a clear commitment, which is kind of, like, I have made a decision. This is it. I'm going to go for it. And a dedicated practice kind of reinforces that commitment, that decision. And so I think it's also on the psychological level, next to all the learnings I have when I go deeper and experience more and increase my energy levels. It's also a way to tell my unconscious I'm serious about this, and which is the same thing as reinforcing the intention through a decision. So it just came up when you spoke about it. So I thought I mentioned this. How do you see that? But I see you nodding, so you probably agree, right?
It is correctly what you say. That was also my experience about it. So it's staying practice. Even if we have not so much time, just stay doing, and then you get deeper and deeper in everything, and you understand also everything better. the theory and the practice and like that. Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to share before we come to an end?
Well, just stay open mind and open heart with everything what we do, and stay sharing things to lift up in everything what we're doing.
Yes.
So that's what yeah.
And I can see when I talk to you and when I experience you, I would say it is also a key characteristic of how you are with people, because otherwise they wouldn't be so open to work with you. They wouldn't be so open to do these exercises. And that only works if they can truly feel you're coming from an open heart and open mind without any judgments. You're just there to support them, and you're doing this from the good of your heart, if I may say so, which automatically makes people more willing to work that way and to try new things than if you had a doctor somewhere sitting there with this judging mind and trying to analyze people. I think this is a very open and a human way of working with people that have obviously gone through very difficult times, because as we know, cancer is not an easy thing for most people to deal with. So I think I want to thank you for bringing that up. We take it sometimes for granted because we use it so often, open heart, open mind, but it's not just words. It's really our ways of being that enables other people to benefit from the knowledge that you have, from the experience that you have, from what you can bring to them, because they also need to be able to receive it. And they will only be willing to receive it if this open mind and open heart is there, so that they feel, yes, I feel taken good care of. And you used the expression creating a safe space for them earlier in our conversation. So I think this is what it's all about when you're coming from that point. And it's obviously encouraging them to do the same when they go out into their lives. And you've mentioned it here or there in our conversation as well, that this is one of the results of your training, or of the work that the people have done with you, that when they go out, they are far more open and more confident and more trusting, which kind of is the same thing as, say, open heart, open mind, right?
Yes. And also one thing, humor.
Yes, humor. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes. I always, because then you break the seriously, because that's also a very important part.
Yes.
And yeah.
I totally agree. Because if we, it's not easy to say, because at the end of the day, it's people's life. So it is serious on one level, but you can only relax and you can only let let the chi do the work if you're not tensing up. So humor kind of allows us to take the serious out of it and to see things in a more lighthearted way, and that already gives the chi the possibility to start working. That already decreases the stress. So I'm a big fan of humor. First of all, because I like to laugh a lot, and but also because I know it's working so well. It doesn't matter how serious the subject is. Humor is a great tool that we have, and I think there is a reason why human beings are equipped with this tool to be humorous. There's a reason for it, and we should use it. Otherwise, I think it's a trait of survival to have humor. So let's use it. It will lighten up all our lives and make it more fun and support us in our health and well-being.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Tsoe Tsan. It was a pleasure to talk to you. We will obviously put your website or contact details in the show notes so people know how to get in touch. And if anyone feels like that resonates with you, are you also doing these over Zoom, or is it only in-person meetings, in-person trainings that you're doing?
Everything is in person, in the group and also one-on-one.
Right.
Because I work together with my colleague. We have a practice here in Heusen. She's acupuncturist. And I do there my Huyanchi therapies also. And I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to share. Voila.
Thank you very much, Tsoe Tsan. And see you soon.
Thank you.
We trust you enjoyed this conversation, and we invite you to subscribe to our podcast so we can stay in touch and notify you of future episodes. We will end today's episode with the 8 verses meditation performed by Zhineng Qigong teacher Katrin Hendricks. Enjoy. To get your free ebook on the 8 verses meditation, please check the show notes below.